My gems. How y'all doing tonight? I hope you guys are great. Happy Friday to you. Um, I got off to a late start today. But gems, I gotta tell you, the more I meet with you every week, the more interesting my road gets. This journey has been such a blessing to me. It has come with its trials and its tribulations, but nothing is gonna stop me. I'm coming. I'm I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna come hard, and I'm gonna come stronger with each passing week. And just stay with me. Just stay tuned in with me, and let's do this together. Because I promise you, the more we climb, and the more we grow, and the more we elevate, the more we are pissing the devil off. And that's right. I said that word, pissing the devil off. But I love it. So anyway, so let's get into it. So gems, today my topic is don't or stop. Actually, I think it's stop. Stop allowing your distractions to block your blessings. You know, we are surrounded by distractions in our life. Some good, some not so good. Well, maybe they're all bad, because distractions, I don't know if that's ever a good thing. So, but listen, you take it for what it's worth. But I just basically want to zero in on when you are your own distraction. So often we get in the way, Gems. We get in our own way. I mean, and it sounds crazy, but it's more common than you think. We do get in our own way, and sometimes God has to sit us down and shake us up a little bit, but listen, whatever it takes, because we want the blessings. We want the blessings, and we don't want them to stop coming. So, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna get into today. But Gems, I just want to break down a quick Bible verse to you, and it's the effective fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. That is one of my favorite scriptures. It's to me, it's very profound, and I just want to break down the definition of a few of the words in that verse. So the first one being effective. Effective means it's the successful producing intended results, successful in producing intended results. So when you are praying, yes, you want to be successful in your prayer. You want it to be answered. So therefore, that you want the results to be produced, correct? Right. The second word is fervent. Fervent means passionate with intensity. So not only am I just sitting there, Lord, just make this happen for me. Just drop some money out the sky. No. You want to be passionate. You want to be intense, and you want it to be intentional. And then the last word, which is my favorite word, righteous. We got to be righteous, Gems. You got to come with a good heart, a clean heart, a pure heart. You just can't be praying all willy-nilly. So the definition of righteous, I wrote it down here. Morally right, free from guilt, virtuous. So the effective, fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So I like that. So I just wanted to share that with you. But Gems, today I want to get into, you know, let me see how I can break this down. You know that song? I think it's Will Smith. Summertime. Okay. So when it's days like that, when like the sun is shining bright, you're around your friends, your family, having a good time, you're out toasting and drinking, eating, biting on them ribs, having a good old time, right? Eating oxtails, that's one of my favorite. But you're just having a good time, and when you're in that place, you don't really have time to zero in on the distractions that are going on in your life or how you are being a distraction to yourself. You're just having a good time, right? Or you're living, loving, laughing out loud, sharing things with people. Yeah, I want to turn that off for a minute. I want to talk about when that sun goes down and things are not so loud anymore and things start settling and you get up behind that closed door. What demons are you fighting behind that closed door? What battles are you going through? What struggles are you having? Because let me tell you something. It's more common than you think. These are the things that we don't talk about. What secrets are you keeping? And technically, from one person to another, we don't care about your secrets, but God does, and God already knows all of them. So you might as well get in and lock in and have that effective prayer time with God. So, but it's a real thing, Gems. People go home at night and they are troubled by things. What is keeping you up at night? What are you battling with? I'm talking to somebody and that person needs help and just doesn't know where to go for help or how to apply it. But Gems, I'm here to let you know that Bible that's out there that we have, that we all should have on our shelves, open up that Bible and get busy. It's a real thing, Gems. God's word is real. God's word is the truth. It hasn't changed. It's not gonna change. It's the same today, tomorrow, yesterday, and always. God's word is God's word. His promises are there. He has promised you so much, but we won't know unless we open up that Bible and get busy and start reading it and start standing on his word. When you pray and stand on his word, throw them scriptures in your prayers, because there's a prayer for everything and anything under the sun. I promise you that. But I just want to get into that. Now, let me just preface it with this. Now, God never said that we won't experience troubles, Gems. He did, in fact, say we are going to experience trouble. We are going to experience darkness, times of darkness. But again, his word, his promise, he also said, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world, you're going to have trouble. You're going to have trouble. But take heart. I have overcome the world. Our God has overcome the world. Now, I done told y'all he a G-O-D. He has overcome the world. Gems, you are already equipped for the battle. God always has us. He keeps us ready. He keeps us covered. He keeps us able. Although our flesh is weak, he is strong. And he is strong in our time of weakness. And if you didn't know it, you know it now. So continue to pray for strength and wisdom and discernment. Read your word. There is one of the scriptures that I truly love that I'd love for you to spend time with if you have time. It's a very quick read. It's Ephesians 6, verses 11 through 17. It's 5-6 verses, Gems, but it talks about putting on the full armor of God, the breastplate of righteousness, so that you can withstand the schemes of the enemy, because the enemy is always plotting, planning, and scheming. But guess what? I'm ready. We ready. We able. God has already equipped us. He has already promised us. But in order to know those promises, you got to read that word. So Gems, whatever is distracting you right now, whatever distractions you are going through at night when those doors close and things settle down, daytime is gone and now here's the night and you got to lay your head down on that pillow and you can't quite get yourself to sleep because you're struggling with this, and this. And there are all types of distractions. And I just want to read off a few to you. I'm sure you know what your distractions are, but just in case you don't, because these things are also distractions. A big one is jealousy. People go home at night jealous of other people, jealous of what they have, jealous of what they're doing. That has nothing to do with them. That has to do with you. We've got to get rid of that. Because God has so much for you. But if you're busy worrying about what other people are doing, he can't pull out that greatness out of you, because it's in you. Some people struggle with insecurities. We've all struggled with one or two. We've got to get over that as well. The fear of uncertainty, that's a distraction. You're uncertain about so many things. Failure is a distraction. Listen. Okay, you fail. All right, we get up. We're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. And you're going to do it again. The devil ain't winning here. He ain't winning here. And let me tell you how this real quick. Let me stop for a minute. The devil wants nothing more than to see us fail and to lose hope. Because let me tell you something. The devil ain't sending out no kind of memos ahead of time letting us know an attack is on the way. He ain't sending out no memos that say turn to page 6 and see what's coming. No, the devil wants to catch us off guard, Gems. The devil wants us to be a target. We ain't got no time for that. You must stay prayed up and 2 steps ahead of the enemy at all times, even if you are your worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this right. A couple of other ones. Fear of missing out. Fear of change. Fear of being judged. Fear of the unknown. Fear of getting hurt. Fear of hurting someone else. All of these are distractions. No, Gems. The Bible is equipped with every single one of these distractions. From the book of Proverbs to Ephesians to Isaiah. I promise you, do your research. You will find one for every single distraction. But the last distraction is forgiveness. Cause that's a hard one too, Gems. That was one I struggled with for a while. But I'm all right because you know what? Forgiveness is not for anyone else but you. If you are struggling with forgiveness, then it's for you. We've got to learn to forgive. And I went to a seminar a couple of weeks ago, and I think I shared with y'all that I went and listened to Billy Alsbrook. I attended one of his seminars. He had given us these work booklets, and I hope it's okay to say this. I'm sure it is, but one of the pages said detox emotionally at the top, and what it did is it listed two sides with 20 lines about on each side, but it talked about the two lines specified, please forgive me for those that I may have hurt or betrayed, blah blah blah, and the other side said, and please forgive these people who may have hurt or betrayed me. And and he said, do this on your own spare time, and when you list these names on each side, I want you to pray for 7 days. There was a prayer down at the bottom. And then, as my sister Michelle Adams would say, that's right, shout out to you, Michelle. She, when we meet, you put things on a piece of paper that you no longer want to deal with or you don't want to think about. Turn that thing into an airplane. Phew, gone. Be free. We free like a bird. But Gems, that is something to think about, because let me tell you, when I first got the sheet, I was like, oh, I probably won't have that many names. But Gems, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised if you truly sit down and think about who you may have hurt or who hurt you. And I went all the way back to my childhood, and I listed every single name of anybody that I could think of that I may have hurt or that may have hurt me. It could be your kids, your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, people you're not friends with anymore, people you're still friends with. It doesn't matter. Put those names down and pray for those names for 7 days, Gems, and be free. Be free. You'd be surprised what a difference it'll make in your life. Because again, forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. It's for us, right? So we don't want to be carrying around nobody's burdens, not even our own. So I want you to get into that word, Gems. Please take a minute, just read a couple of lines, a couple of scriptures, a couple of verses. It will help you. It'll free your soul. I promise you will feel good about yourself. Get your fervent prayer on, because you are a prayer warrior. I know that you are. And don't allow yourself to get in the middle or the midst of your blessings. Don't stop them blessings from coming. And I want to hear all about them. But Gems, that is my word for today. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And just know you are in my prayers always.